Hey there everybody, it's Sunday, so we are back with another edition of Storytime. I have with me this week an African pygmy hedgehog named Martin. Martin happens to be one of our education animals. So if you weren't aware, we do a lot of education here at the store. In fact, I'm in our classroom right now where I do most of our videos. So back here I have all kinds of animals that I use for education purposes, which is things like 4-H, Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. We also do birthday parties. I go to retirement homes, hospice centers, daycares, schools, you name it. So we do all kinds of education things, and Martin happens to be one of those animals that I'm able to take with me. Now, he's a little wound up right now. This is kind of normal for a African pygmy hedgehog because Martin here is nocturnal, and I had to wake him up in order to do our video, and now he's a little rambunctious, wondering why he's awake and why he's not in his nice little tunnel hiding. Now, African pygmy hedgehogs can make a pretty cool pet. They don't require a ton of specialized care other than we really need to watch out their diet. So hedgehogs by nature are insectivores. That means they're going to eat bugs. So his diet should be very lean protein based with low fat content. So luckily we're able to carry some specialized hedgehog foods that are made from insect meal. And then also we give him both live and freeze-dried bugs. This helps round out his diet, and then of course he gets seen by a vet if he needs to. Now, pygmy hedgehogs also can be prone to a lot of health issues if we're not careful. So the first is, again, is just making sure that we have a correct diet for him, because if we don't, he can get very sick. But African pygmy hedgehogs are also more prone to cancer than any other small animal. So that means we really have to make sure that we are staying on top of that diet and staying on top of vet care to keep them nice and healthy. Now, I mentioned he's a pygmy hedgehog. Martin here is also, besides pooping, is a runt of his litter. So normally a full-grown pygmy hedgehog is about twice his size. Martin here was part of a litter that was huge. Instead of normal 2 to 3 babies, Martin's mom had 8. So because of that, she tried kicking him out of the litter in order to focus more on her own babies. So we hand-raised Martin, and now we have this perfectly awesome hedgehog who's just taking a gigantic poop and peed all over the table. So I am going to grab a towel real quick, but I'll bring my phone with me and continue to talk about him. So Martin has been with us for roughly a year and a half now. And he has been a great ambassador animal this entire time. Martin has visited all kinds of schools. I take him out to Bertram Hills Retirement Center with me quite often. And then, of course, he has lots of visitors here in the store. Martin is actually set up in a bioactive setup near our bug bar. And if you don't know what bioactive is, well, that means it's just a living setup. So he has lots of dirt that he can dig into and burrow. We have live insects living in his enclosure with him, so he can go hunt at any time he feels the need to. And then also it has cleanup crew in there, which is just insects that help eat away all of his waste and literally make it bioactive. So Martin here has a pretty sweet setup and a pretty good life going. And he's also just a great educational tool. Now, with that being said, because he is getting a little wound up, I don't want to stress him out too much. We're going to get to our story. That way he can get back to his little house and go back to sleep. So this week, I found an awesome book at the Capital Area District Library, the downtown branch, called Always So Grumpy. Words by Aaron Gundelsberger. I think I got that right. I'm not going to try saying that name again, just in case I don't get it right. But this is a really, really funny book. And it kind of matches normal hedgehog personality of being somewhat grumpy. So here we go. Martin, if I can get you to sit still, that would be awesome, so we can get through our book today. All right, here we go. I am grumpy, I am crabby. I am not having a good day. See these spines? They're not just for looks, they're prickly, so watch out. You want to try to cheer me up? You could try telling a funny joke or making a silly noise. It's not going to work, but go ahead. I'll wait while you try your best one. Martin, you can't run off the end of the table. No. Turn around. You goofy hedgehog. Yeah, just get you to sit here. Okay, that was pretty funny, but I am always so grumpy. See, here is my grumpy face. What's next? You're going to tickle me? Try it. It won't make a difference. You can tickle my belly. You can tickle under my arm, under my chin, behind my ear. I won't smile. I won't laugh. I am always so grumpy. I bet you think I need a nap to feel better. You think I should get into that hammock? I'll get in. You can even rock me, but it isn't going to help. And I'm not tired. Hold on a second. Maybe try rocking me a little more. Ouch! You rocked me too hard. Now I'm sore and grumpy. And look at this mess you've made. You're going to have to shake the book to get everything back in order. It may be cleaner now, but I am still done. I'm going to build a fence so I can be all by myself. It's not a big fence, but it will do for now. And don't try knocking on it because I won't come out. I'm still grumpy. Hey, you made my fence fall down. That's it. You leave me no choice. You might as well put the book down and walk away. I'm going to stay in this ball until you leave me alone. Wait, are you really going away? Couldn't you stay a little longer? The truth is, I woke up this morning feeling cranky and kind of gloomy. Maybe you could give me a hug and say I love you? Wow, that's much better. I guess I'm not always so grumpy. Thanks for sticking with me, even when I wasn't very much fun to be around. You're a good friend. Psst, I love you too. The end. So, that was a book called Always So Grumpy, about a grumpy hedgehog. And we could sometimes get grumpy too. It's okay to be grumpy. I think it's okay and it's a good thing to be grumpy because it just shows that you have a lot of emotion and you have big motion. Sometimes you just have to be careful how grumpy you are or who you're grumpy to because they don't always understand that. And sometimes maybe you just need to explain why you're grumpy. Because, again, we all have big feelings, we all have big emotions, and that's a perfectly normal, acceptable thing to have. You just need to be able to explain yourself about them. That way, not everybody gets grumpy with you or gets mad. So, I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Martin, our African pygmy hedgehog. I hope you enjoyed our book, Always So Grumpy. We'll see you next week.